Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torna the Golden Country. Last time, it was a bittersweet ending. Oh, who am I kidding? It was the slow-moving train wreck going into maximum overdrive to catch up with how slow-moving it had been. But anyway, today, we're going to be going over some Tornan lore. Tornan Lorna. And then we're going to be moving on to the post-game of Torna the Golden Country, which really shouldn't be long. It's pretty small. Your rewards for clearing things are New Game Plus, which is nowhere near as exciting as it sounds. I'm going to go over this one at a later time. Ha 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 ha, get Rexed. There is but one other reward, and it's in the base game? I found claims of this on the internet, went through all the menus in Torna and could find nothing, and I was about to call this all a hoax, and it wasn't until I reached out to other players that I found out through a Reddit thread that in the events theater of the base game, but not in Torna's events theater, there is a new tab called Special Artwork. You unlock 5 pieces of concept art. And this isn't even the complete picture of this. You can see Poppy Buster in full in the... I don't know. It's not even a complete picture. Here we have something more interesting. We know that Rex was going to be blonde in the early versions of the game. And this is probably the most clear look that we've gotten to this design alongside an early version of Pyra. Them sharing 2 halves of the same core crystal seems like it was still the case here, though just a tiny bit different in form. This early Pyra, I don't believe was really known about until this, so it's kind of nice getting to see an early look at development. Artwork number 3 shows us early Pandoria and Nia. I've already gone over this picture as it's in the art book. Also an early Poppy Alpha there up in the top middle. Here we see official concept art of Numa, which, remember, there was no official artwork of her at the time. It wasn't until Super Smash Bros. Ultimate where we got to see a full drawing of her, so this was kind of special and exciting at the time. And then this picture showing the origin story of this universe's Cosmos and Telos and them falling from the World Tree. I've already been over this story, already shown you this picture, you're familiar. I guess while we're here, I like this cute picture of Lora and Jin walking around Oresco, and it's not even spoilery because they blurred how the city actually looks. It's just a sweet little image they used for the display brightness. That's all for the rewards. Now moving on to lore. I'd like to talk to you about the Titan of Spessia. Sia and Torna sank in the Aegis War, but what about this third Titan that we only heard mentioned in the ending, but we've seen various scenes taking place on it in flashbacks? This is the Titan that Indoline soldiers are attacking in the end credits. Spessia was a settlement of Tornan evacuees, including Lora and Jin, that was starting to get off the ground. It could even be the future site of Lora's House for War Orphans, or she could have been building it at that point. Amalthus put an end to every Tornan present or turned them into a Blade Eater, except for Jin. This is why Jin says Amalthus is the reason old Torna is dead and not Mithra. Most Tornans did survive the Aegis War, and they could rebuild their belongings elsewhere. Amalthus's attack on Spessia was the death of Tornan culture. Next, we're gonna talk about Milton. Milton is one of the most important people in all of Alrestian history. Milton coming with us might have very well have saved Torna from sinking, but it might have meant Malos didn't get injured to the point of not having full use of his powers anymore. Mithra wouldn't have gotten us carried away, and the party would have needed to keep him safe during the fight, which could have been a distraction, meaning that Malos also could have won the fight because of that. Milton's death is what caused Mithra to go berserk, thus sinking the Titan. He ended up being one of the most important people of all, even if he could never have imagined it. Members of the party? Yeah, members of the party. We know an author who knew Adam personally. There is a theory that Minoth was the person who wrote the book about Adam's life. Eulogimenus says that reading between the lines, the author of the book had reason to believe that the third sword was in the Leftherian archipelago somewhere. Minoth is not present when he tells Lora and Jin that he's taking the third sword to the Spirit Crucible Elpis in order to seal it away to prevent its misuse. But he traveled with Adam for God knows how long and essentially became his blade. It's not too out of the ordinary that with him going off and doing his own things, that he would pick up on this. I also want to point out that this meeting between Adam, Jin, and Lora explains how Jin knows where the third sword is and why he went looking for it shortly before the events of Rex's adventure. There's a lot of tragic things about the events we have seen. So many terrible things happened to so many good people that we knew. But I think the most is Haze. She was living as a Malthus's blade with half of her core for hundreds of years, essentially enslaved to a person that she hated in her previous life, with no idea who she was before. The happy life she had with Lora was only for a precious short part of her existence. Because a Malthus, being a blade eater, has lived for hundreds of years. Lora may have been her first driver due to how strongly she was influenced by the resonance. Unlike so many other blades who get to have many happy lives that all shape them into more complex blades, Haze just starts out ridiculously powerful, gets to have a super short existence, her driver dies in her 20s, and then she lives hundreds of years off somebody siphoning away essentially her brain cells. Yeah. Ginny boy, you're up next. Your favorite item is one that we've been able to use for a long, long time.
I feel content having this. Lora, I thank you.
I bet you do. Jin's personal tastes have changed over the course of 500 years. Wouldn't yours? You just aren't able to see it normally in-game. Here you can see what his favorite items are, but in the present time, his favorite items are staple foods in seafood, not charms, as the ones he liked died with Lora. And his favorites are oyster stir-fry and the Millenarian Titan. Both are obtainable in the Argentum Trade Guild, implying that the team might have gotten together a tad sooner at one point in development so that you'd be able to find Jin and Malos's favorite items before going onward. Speaking of which, yes, Malos does like things besides scalding puppies alive. His like types would have been dessert and art, good choices if I may say so, and his favorite items would have been grilled anchor tail and Argentum noodle soup. Again, both obtainable in Argentum, he just can't be customized. Lora. Oh god, if there's a ship of her and Gort, it'd be called Gora. Well, yeah, Lora's relationship with Gort was the words that I had in my head, and that's what we're talking about next. Gort could be many different things. We get some clues. He says, I should have got myself a decent woman in the ending. And he says them not working out was her bastard fault. He could be someone Lora's mom loved on the side of her relationship with Lora's father. He could be a stalker who believed he deserved Lora's mom. They could simply have just been in a professional relationship but he wanted it to become romantic. It could go a lot of different ways. Personally, I would say it's indisputable that he's blaming the relationship failing on Lora awakening the Paragon of Torna and him trying to stab her to get the core crystal back. I can't imagine him and Lora's mom stayed together too long after that one. I think what's most telling is that Lora says you don't know us, so it seems that whatever was going on between those two was short, but Gort never was able to move on from it. Gort was also a successful thief. He stole royal treasures. It could be that Lora's mom was Gort's maid. She did say that the incident happened around when her mom started working as a maid. But I like that they left it vague and it's not entirely clear what he is to Lora. I think it was done that way on purpose so that you could project your abuser onto Gort and understand what Lora was feeling. Aegean, your additional lore is your lot in life. You get nothing! Good day, sir! He's unamused at me! I could not have timed that better if I tried! There is a tiny bit more lore, but I would prefer to save those topics for the very last things we talk about. Next, we move on to the community. There is one member of the community who is glitched. You can see I'm rolling over him right now and he ain't got a thing on his face. I skip travel to Gormott, he's got a thing on his face. He is the only member of the community that is like this. We want to track Elba.
Nice change of pace.
All right, remind me why
Zealous warrior of Elba. Hey, aren't you the knights from Torna? Boy, does your fame ever precede you. I hear not only did you repel Egypt or whatever, that Egypt or whatever, but they gave you a title for it, right? I guess that makes you the most gallant knights in Torna? Well, I'm still the very gallantest here in Gormott, so watch it. Still though, imagine that, a noble title. You're living my dream right now. From this point on, you will be judged by your actions, so don't forget that. I mean, you never forget that, right? Sorry, I don't know why I'm trying to teach my grandmother to suck eggs. What? Is that a European thing? Not only that, not that you're that old or anything. Okay, I'll shut up now, but let's continue to keep each other honest, yeah? Like, fellow knights, we have to live up to the title, even if in my case I just gave it to myself. Hey, you could declare yourself the governor of Gormott and give yourself the title of knight. Tell Moradane takes over, no one to tell you no.
Shouldn't have.
Oh, Elba had more to say. Hey, you guys. You're gonna kick off a huge ruckus. Take me with you. Let's show that Aegis blighter who's boss. How do we learn the name? Oh, you just want moral support? Ah, well, okay, I won't interfere. I know I just get in your way anyway. But really, I want to do something to help you out. Now you're the great hope, and not just for Torna, but for Gormott too. I'm sure you'll succeed. And then the gallant Gormott, and that's from a gallant Gormotti knight like me. No mistake. He's trying. We make him feel like he's helping. I need to craft some stuff real quick. There's just one left. Martha of Hyber Village, the monster granny. If we go and talk to her, she tells us that she wants to compile an encyclopedia of every single unique monster. She's journeyed Sia, Moradane, Letheria, Uriah, and Estham, and now I'm here. She can't gather information on the ones in Torna and Gormott, so that's up to us. Wait, Estham? I don't know no Estham. Actually, yes I do, and so do you. It was mentioned one time at the early part of the story as Mikhail's home titan. It no longer exists in present day. Its fate is left pretty unclear, but it's not among the 3 titans that sank in the Aegis War, as we know how many did then. It likely came about its end through natural causes. With our objective clear, I'm gonna give you the most violent ripping down of Christmas lights you have ever seen! Ugh! By controlling Team Hugo, I can face this away from Jin and the others. I need to have nobody behind this, as it attacks with its hind legs and is pretty dangerous because of that. It racks up a lot of damage quickly. I need to topple to you. You keep getting the aggro team, Lora, but I guess it's my fault for not Imperial Tethering. When he comes back down to Earth, I'll do it. I'll open with Stone. It's got an Elemental Awakening. We gotta be wary of that. Healing Rest. It's gonna recover HP. Does that just little by little. Imperial Tether, please. Thank you. I did not mean to topple right there. We have a chain attack already? Sure, I guess I'll do it just to knock off the orbs. Fire Ore. Oh, I have Bridget in slot 1. That's not good. Actually, no, we're fine. Adam, you attack the Earth Orb. This is a perfect setup, actually. What the hell am I doing? I got lucky. This is what I got. Jin. Let's do Bridget for maximum damage. Oh, I knocked it down to pretty much half health exactly. This ain't good. If I manage to lose this fight despite being 8 levels higher than it, well, it'll bring back memories of when I didn't know how to play this game. Oh my god. We probably just did. Heal, please. Thank you. No, did not heal. I have a res. Early chain attack was not the play.
We'll need to take a different approach this time.
Shut up, Apple Watch. I do not need help relaxing. Oh boy, much, much better. As soon as it gets up, we're chain attacking. Here we go. Not giving you the satisfaction. So this thing's actual stats, it has an innate 50% break resistance. That's kind of tough already. You gotta be decently high level than it. You don't want to be lower level than it when you take it on, largely because of that. I already went over and attacking behind it. The Elemental Awakening gives it a 50% critical chance, and it can also summon babies to help it when it's enraged. be mindful of all those things, and, well, I would say you should be fine, but I've kind of proven that that's not possible. Oh. Adam doing the full burst this time! Oh, look at how suave he looks. Ladies, he's nothing like that when you get to know him. Isn't it great? Who just smacking it over the bum with the Aegis sword? 2.1 million damage. Oh. I don't say it like a game show host unless it's a new record where I'm like 2.1 million damage. From that, we get a recovery symbol. Don't care about that. 2 sphere chips, which are only 2. Gale Braid, a legendary variant that gives Lora the wind element. Glacio Greatsword, legendary. Vortex Sword, I believe it's dark. Blade combo boost 3. Oh, wait. And that should be it. These are all crafted items. The sphere chip. Let me guess. Everyone's favorite. Mommy got me more. Auto attack and block rate. That would put Jin over 1,000 if I gave him that. Shoot, maybe this is worth considering on some blades. What about Haze? Oh, Haze already had it. Never mind, this isn't our first time getting it. It's just the only 2 that I currently have. Sure. Aegean needs to block attacks for a skill, and more auto attack is good. Don't care about his stats that much, and that's only a good thing if I give him higher ones. Oh, hey!
This should let everyone relax more.
4 more blocks and we're good.
What a pleasant stroll.
You remember our destination, don't you?
Yes, Aegean. I remember from a long time ago. In the Lasagna region, flying right over by the harbor, Ionospheric Mitchell. We've always seen this in the background, but never really done anything about it. With a long enough lure, I said with a long enough lure! She sounds so sad while she's dying.
Careful now, team.
That's what Jin heard while she went
We
down.
can build on our past
I've been making such morbid jokes in this Let's Play, but can you blame me? They freaking bait it out of me. Dude, did you see the thing that Hugo said entrusting his life to Adam when we were in the Capitol? On second playthrough, that hit's really freaking different. Get over here, man.
I think they'll leave us alone.
There it is! That beloved 1 damage that we do to things that we lure. Ionospheric Mitchell isn't too special of a unique monster. He's just a really strong giant fishy guy, whatever these things are called. I actually don't remember off the top of my head right now. It's been a long Let's Play, can you blame me? I'll try for another break chance. No, oh, it's no effect outright, so we ain't gonna be breaking him. In that case, I'll just switch to Jin, maximize our damage. Kinda wish you were higher level than me by just a little bit, but I don't have access to leveling down it in to make that happen. Adam, you do Volt. And we need Haze to finish 1 more blade combo for her last skill. So that'll be how we do this. Get over to Haze. I need a heal, I need a heal, I need a heal. There it is, finish. Celadon Whirlwind will give a heal as well to the entire party. 34, 34, 34, 30. That was weak ass. Ooh. Did not care for that. It's always such an instinct to switch into Lora because, oh, hey, look, I got a free break art. Nope, not gonna use that. It's got a lot of HP. Full burst might be advantageous here. I think they'll do a level 4 fire special.
Let's go.
Yes, yeah. Spirits of the air, bend to my will. Starlight strike.
I can't believe how many level 4s I was pulling off during that final boss fight. That surprised even me. Why can I not? I was worried that Minoff fell off the cliff there for a second. Whenever your party doesn't respond and you're fighting near a fence or a cliff, chances are they probably fell off. I don't know if the fence glitch is actually present in this game. I'll have to test that out at some point. We should have every ore blade down now. I think it's time for a chain attack. Yep, full set of 8. Rigid full burst time! This better be enough. If it weren't for the full burst, this guy probably wouldn't have died. If looks could kill, they just did! And she didn't even open her eyes!
The flames dance.
Excellent. That
Deposit your rewards directly into thine pockets. Thank you.
For the
And
glory
good night.
of Mordain. Writhe in azure flame!
Very impressive.
Love the way you handled that.
Writhing.
You can rely on me to aid you. This strength, I owe it to Lady Lora. And everyone else, too.
Damage heal 6. Not feeling that one. That's healing HP every time Haze takes damage. It's only a chance of going off. Not at all reliable. You're much better off going with a self-healing accessory that's within your control. And an ultimate weaponry is an ultimate weaponry, and you've earned it. It would feel wrong to use it on anybody else. Wind of Healing. That gives it a shorter recharge. I'll happily take that. And that's about it. And last up, oh boy, it's the Turquoise Plateau!
Pleasant stroll.
You remember our destination, don't you?
Oh hey! Oh wow, wasn't expecting to find you here, Monado boy. Flying Fortress Desmore.
Cut you down.
I'm doing just fine.
This
Thank you.
red Laia can fly over both the Dana and Aletta regions, making it a bitch to find. I like to think that this could be a reference to that one red Galder in Xenoblade Chronicles X that flies over Sylvalum only during certain times of the day and is similarly a bitch to find. Can't know that for sure, but it's the only red Laia in the entire Xeno series, and I don't know, it just sort of brought about vibes of that when I saw it for the first time. Similarly, it's not too different from other Laias. That is quite the contradiction. If anybody could driver combo this, that would be excellent. I'm gonna switch to Minoth to see if I can get my own break off. I don't have an increased chance or anything. Nope, nothing, okay. Blade combo it is. This thing has an elemental awakening status, but it can't get it until enraged, making it more manageable than your average awakening monster. Chain attack is ready. Sure, I'll panic chain attack. Maybe Haze can heal us or something in the process. Hey, what do you call it when Adam launches an enemy? Up and Adam. Oh, baby.
We're not done yet.
It might be doable already. Mithra! I was gonna go for healing with Haze on the 3rd round because she gets healing with her level 3 special. But it might... I don't know. Oh, I can't even use Jin. Well, that just answers my question for me. Now, doesn't it, what I should do? We got pretty freaking close. If I can build up another chain attack, he's completely done. But that's gonna be a problem with him doing that nonsense. Probably should have had Mithrat, actually, not Minoth. I don't know why I switched to him. Wasn't thinking of Foresight. That's why. There's the Elemental Awakening. Fermented Breath. I think that should be Stench. Give me break? No. I can't see if it's no effect because he's so high off of the screen that it just doesn't show up for me. Haze will finish us off, give us a heal. I think. Any second now? Yes, okay. I need to switch off. Go for that. Chain attack time. I gotta say, this was kind of a tough battle. I had to juggle my objectives quite a lot.
Magnificent.
Like I said,
Aw, no
I
level
shall
up for
defend
Team
my
Lora.
emperor against all assailants.
S2 is our one
was a
true rank
personal
for Haze.
More of that, please.
We're doing great.
I wish only to use this in the service of His Majesty. The time has come when my true strength may be revealed.
He beat Mithra. Gotta say that. Affinity max evade 6. I'd like to take a look at that for him, actually. He has 2 Ox Core slots, which is disappointing. Because Aegean's damage doesn't matter and all he does is evade attacks, under player control, I could see this getting some legitimate use. I don't think I'll use it because I don't plan on playing as him that much and all that, though, but, well... I mean, I guess I did say it myself that his damage really doesn't matter. If there's someone else who can have this outdoor attack up 3 and have it go to better use, then maybe I will. You've already got it. I think your affinity... No, outdoor attack up is stronger, isn't it? Yeah, 30% versus... No, that's 40%. What am I saying? Nah, it's really about as good as it could be. He should be the Hunter's Chemistry in Team Hugo. Your increased WP, however, could give us your evasion art.
My technique has improved.
That's pretty unique to you. Minot's the only other one with one of those, and he has to hurt himself to do it.
It's what I get for keeping up my training.
Now let's take a look at our rewards. From the first unique monster going up, we have Reflect Immunity, which I've mentioned being useful. This is a legendary variant as well, situationally so. Critical up 3, not useful with Massive Melee Mithra in the mix. Tempest Sword, a lot of legendary variants of our weapons I don't care about. Boxer Vambraces, a 40% damage increase to enemies of a higher level. Gonna be pretty useful coming up, I'll just say that much. Polygon Ship, one of them. Fighting Polygon Ship is, yeah, it's still not great, sorry to say. And because Haze's reward serves as a nice barrier to remind me of which one was which, from the second unique monster we killed, from the unique monster we just killed, Specials level 3 plus 4, Aggro boost 4, block rate up 4, physical defense up 4. There's some swords, some braids, affinity max evade 6 is a Gian's item, right, okay. So, nothing much really, hate to say it. You know what I love? These headstones on the map that show where the unique monsters you've killed are so that you can very easily check that you have not killed the bunnet up here. I think my grudge against Ophelia blinded me from my original grudge because I forgot that I fought this thing but never actually killed it. From the Horryweld camp, head up this way. And at the top, yes. All of this thing's babies were too much for me to handle.
I don't suppose you could just leave?
Let the scouring begin.
Whoa, brutal. We'll handle the small fries first, then move on to the little ones. This should not be difficult. I say as I am getting almost killed. Hugo, tether. Ravine Bonnet! Help, I'm stuck in the ravine! Give me level 3 out of, Minoff if Adam can ever get his butt over here. That one special did that much. I should be ashamed I ever lost to this thing. If it ever gets enraged, we'll just chain attack. We probably didn't even, oh, it has Elemental Awakening. That's probably why I lost to it in the first place. I should not, people with big mouths should not throw stones or something. There's the topple, there's the launch. I'm gonna transcend it over and over again until one of you jokers smashes it. There it is, and chain attack time. Nice and easy. I've handled bigger buns than you.
Magnificent.
Wash.
Magnificent.
Haze, deal with that.
Magnificent. Magnificent.
Magnificent. Enemy down.
One last push, right?
'Twas a sight to behold.
Now that's what I call decisive.
That gives us
I'll handle the support too.
only needing to finish enemies and deal 50 critical hits. Should be pretty easy. I saw in the accessories, we got, man, what a bunch of chokers. Goddess chokers, giving 25% more. And that also means by extension that it dropped these breakstones, increasing auto attack damage. More weapons of elements you don't care about, and a cube chip. What, I'm not gonna say it again. I'm making you say it for me now that I know that you can say it with me. Oh, Granny! Oh my! Can it be? You've actually defeated every last one of the unique monsters in Cormont and Torna! Well, isn't that something? To tell you the truth, I never really thought it would happen in my lifetime. I thought for sure I was gonna have to ask my grandchildren to finish the job for me. I'm stunned! I finally have everything I need to complete my comprehensive guide to the unique monsters of Allrest. I'm sure this will become a valuable resource a few centuries down the line. Thank you all so much. You've made an old woman's dream come true. Lora clapped for you.
Well, this is awkward.
Because she's gonna die tomorrow and she just achieved her life stream today. So, there's no one left for us to meet in any of the regions, yet we need one more community member. Glitch. Or secret. For getting 88 community members, we have learned one final skill, and I have never rolled over it or showed you what it is.
We might need it someday. Don't ease up, Adam. There's more to the Aegis's power than you know.
It's Girls Talk Level 1. This doesn't do anything at all, except mean that her learning tact was the last barrier to her unlocking full use of her powers. I thought that was pretty cute. So Massive Melee Rip Mithra boosts critical hit rate by 25%. Critical up 6, boosts critical hit rate by 22%. That's right, you start the game with an item better than what Mithra gets for 100%ing her chart. I'm gonna say it, your worst girl. Of course I mean in this one aspect alone and in no other. Ultimate weaponry, however, I will take. We already have Lightning Buster done, which is what I cared about the most. I could do Photon Edge.
More power for me. This should be wild. More power for me.
Still got a ways to go on these. Minoth was the final member of the bunch who had not gotten 100%. I'm pretty sure we can get this by running around Lazaria Woodland, smacking 30 weak enemies to finish them off, and in the process, he'll get his 50 critical hits easy.
Get cocky.
It looks like we've got a rhythm
Well, that
going.
was one-sided.
You kept your power.
Whatever you do, don't get
Nicely
cocky.
done. In any case, it's time to be cautious.
Life has been bustling lately. We've become like one big family.
You never have the time to feel lonely anymore.
Stop trying to make this weird for me.
I humbly apologize.
Nothing beats two bros having a heartwarming moment all alone out in the woods.
Gotta support you young'uns somehow.
I've only done 18 of them in the time it took me to kill 30 enemies. Wait, what? What? There was a treasure trove out in the middle of the open in the first episode of this stupid thing? If only I had grabbed it all that time ago, I would not have had that long saga of Bridget's last chest. Oh, in just one battle of the Harbinger Cavill unique monster right over by nearby, I was able to get it just fine by using my specials on it. Was even able to solo it with just playing as Minoth.
I'll handle the support, too.
Affinity Max Accuracy 4. That could have uses against higher leveled enemies, and an ultimate weaponry as per usual. Gonna max out that evasion art, and we'll get this one up to level 4.
This'll work better now.
For the guy who was last to level up, you're close to getting all your arts. That's it. We filled our last affinity chart. No more skills to work on, ever.
Here we are.
And last up,
Our journey continues.
assuming that you've done everything right, it's time to turn in the slates and finish up the Aletta Seal Cavern. We have arrived. Destination is on your front. Tasteless altar. I was like,
You're
Tasteless
coming with me,
altar,
treasure.
thinking it was some kind of Japanese name. We get chips and burst symbols.
You're coming with me, treasure.
We get money and more money.
The suspense is killing me.
We get even more money and even more money.
You're coming with me, treasure.
We get even more money and even more money. And a beta scope.
You're coming with
The
me.
greenest of all green barrels, with no pollen orbs inside it. And another green barrel.
Suspense is killing me.
Time to cash in our rewards. The gold and silver chips. The silver chip increases enemy gold drop rate by 50%, and the gold chip increases item drop rate. And yeah, it's auto attack and block rate focused. Who could have seen that one coming? One of the two would be well suited for him. Haze will give you a stronger smash art. Opulent Crossier, that's cute. I'd be sacking 11% crit rate on Mithra in return for 350 more auto attack. On Jin, I'd be getting around 500 more, but he'd be losing even more crit rate. I think for Mithra, I'll give her this. At least for right now. Mineth can take the gold. His inherent crit rate is kind of bad, despite what his weapon looks like. That chest contained the furlds... the furls? The world's first, I combined two words. The furld's worst beta scope. Without saying, it goes to Lora. And with all of that done, the only thing left to do now is talk to the Nopon half-sage at the Altar of Greed. Next time on Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torna the Golden Country. We'll see what all that's about. Golden Country is right. See you guys then!